right, I think we on. My sincerest apologies for the technical difficulties. This is just letting us further know that A Woman's Voice Matters either need a studio or some producer or tech class. I'm not sure which one, but I'll definitely make note of it for the next Monday. Shami may have to come to everybody's house and set up because it's just not and it's so crazy because we did the test and it was perfect. And now all of a sudden when it's time to go live, it don't want to cooperate. But nevertheless, happy Monday. Welcome to A Woman's Voice Matters, HERversations. I am Tashiea Hodge, an honored Dream Team member, and I have the distinct pleasure. I'm Friday. I speak and I usually post to the second chancers, to the overcomers. My targeted audience are the ones that may have had plans, life's plans, and then for some reason, here comes this surprise ta-da letter and say, look, I'm shaking stuff up. And so you had to either do a fresh new start or you had to press restart on life. And so that is me. That is what I do. I thank Lady Nakia Wright for an opportunity. Of course, you know that A Woman's Voice Matters is a sounding board, a platform to empower, inspire, motivate, to educate daily. We post daily at A Woman's Voice Matters. So thank you for joining. If you, I'm sorry, I'm still trying to go live on the YouTube channel. But like this, share this, host a watch party, get your pen and paper, get ready. It's me today. Listen, if you're not hanging around some friends that or people that are pushing you to be better, then this is new, this is different, but I like it. But if your friends are not pushing you to do more and to be great, then I admonish you to you may need to reevaluate your circle because Lady Wright, she just won't let A Woman's Voice Matters rest. She makes sure that we are relevant and we are present and we are doing things to help, to save lives, and to speak over the people every day. So thank you for joining us today. And today's topic is That Was Then and This Is Now. Again, I'm speaking to the second chancers and to the overcomers, and to maybe to the ones that just went out on retirement, or you just threw in the towel, or you hung up your jersey, but now you're at the point in your life that I'm ready to get back in the game, or I need to do something different, something new for me now. And so we're going to talk about that today. Maybe you woke up one morning and asked yourself, what happened to my life? What happened to my plans? And you scared enough, something happened. An issue either showed up or a challenge. Whatever the case may have been, something came and it kind of, it may not have killed you physically, but something died on the inside of you. And you're ready now. You're ready now to say, I can go on. It's not enough just to think, it's not enough to say, one day this will all work together. Magically, that does not happen. You have to participate. You have to just take note of this came, this happened, and I need to move on now. I need to move forward, and I can go on. So we'll talk about that today because that was then and this is now. And the truth of the matter is all you have is now, right? And so because I have had some experiences, I came up with 3 tips to, I'm not going to keep saying, I came up with 3 tips to give you And let's see, the first tip was when life shows up with this ta-da letter and shake things up outside of your plans, and it usually comes with something called an identity crisis. When the test comes, it usually comes to test who you are. So the first tip is to know who you are. Be confident in who you are. Be who you want to be and not what others want to see. But most importantly, I'm reminded of when Jesus was tempted, when Satan took him up, he said, if you are. It always comes to kind of get you out of thinking how fearfully you were made, how great you were made, and how wonderful, and all of this greatness that resides in you, right? Because when you know who you are, see, one thing about tests and trials of life that no one is exempt from, when they do come, they do not come to build you. Or they don't only come to build you, but they also come to reveal you. And everybody is given a measure of resiliency, I believe. So it'll reveal in you when tests come. That was then. This is now. Now you have to pull on the resiliency that's in you by knowing who you are, knowing what you withstood and what you came through, what you coming out of, revealed just who you are. And so you have to know who you are. That's tip number 1. And the second tip, I'm going off notes and memory, but you get it, right? Okay, so the first tip was to know who you are, being confident in who you are. And the second tip was fulfillment is created in freedom. If you, when you know who you are, and when something is important enough to you, you'll do it. And you should feel important enough to do it even when odds are not stacked in your favor. You gain this sense of freedom to know, listen, I know who I am. I may not have deserved this. This may even be a result of something I put myself in. But now that I want different, I'm doing different, and I want change. Listen, I'm the first one to tell you, I'm horrified. I'm terrified. I was of change. I would stay in that thing so long and call it a routine, for the sake of longevity, or, I don't like a whole lot of change around me, right? And so when that was then, this is now, when the tests and trials of life come to shake you up, to get you out of your plans, and to kill the desires that was inside of you, or the dreams, the hopes, the aspirations, it could be anything that it came to just get you from being where you need to be, right? And so once you find a sense, when you'll get the sense of fulfillment when you become free, right? Okay. And so to create this freedom, you have to do it. Let's see. The best way I can describe doing that is when you can't go into. You have to embrace new with open arms. You can't go into new. You have to seek new. You have to seek different, and you have to seek change. But you can't go in with the reservations and the inhibitions from whatever the failure was, the challenge was, the issue was, the mistake was, whatever it was that you're moving on from. Divorce, loss of job, even if you're moving, whatever it was, when you go into a new space, sometimes when you move, you ever moved, you just say, I'm not taking all that stuff into my new space. I liken it to that. And is it hard? Yes, it is. Is it worth it? Heck yeah. When you get to the place where you're ready to get to your now, because everybody's going to have a now moment, and all you have is now. So when you started to say, okay, I'm embracing my now moment, and I'm not being stuck back there, because God has some magnificent plans for your life, but he's not going to meet you in your stuck. And trust me, you're going to have to get out the rut first. And then as you begin to unstuck yourself, or stay in one step ahead of yourself, things begin to fall off, things begin to be clear, and the conceal will be revealed, who you are, why you was in it, and the sense of freedom that you create because you on your way out. Okay, yeah, you lost some stuff in the process. You might have lost everything. You might have lost yourself in the process, but this is now. So open arms, welcome new, seek different, and let's go on. All right, so that was the second tip. The third one, which was the last tip, let's see. Okay, I got it. When life does show up with this surprise letter, we're going to call it that, and ta-da! You know, you wasn't expecting this. When it does, immediately start working and looking for your exit strategy. That's where I made mistakes. I stayed in it thinking, okay, it's going to work out together one day. You're going to have to put a plan in action in place. And not only, it's not enough to say that I'm going to come out of this. You have to have strategy. You have to have a plan of action that you are willing to execute anytime, when necessary, and now. Right? Okay? And so lastly, that was the last one. So one, know who you are. Be confident who you are. You know, it didn't kill you physically. But guess what? You're about to get it back on. The second tip was find your freedom. You're going to be fulfilled in all of that because you're moving on. You're going on because you got an exit strategy. You have an action plan. And you're going to execute it. And you're going to be fine. Right? Okay. Hold on. Sorry, I left my notes right here. So it's time to admit that I'm content, but I'm not happy. This is where the debate. You see, I was gonna call this the red sectional sofa rant, but you know, Jada kind of. Anyway, if it is, it wasn't gonna be no entanglements anyway. But what was I saying? This is the portion where you admit to yourself, I'm content, but I'm not happy. I need something different. I need something new. Right? And so you begin to look for your exit strategy. You begin to plan, okay, how I'm going to come out of this? What is it that I need to extract from this? Because it's a lesson. I said that last week, a lesson is going to be repeated until you pass it. And so it's a lesson. You're going to extract what it is that you actually went in for. And oftentimes, sometimes it's not solely for you. I can't tell you how many times I've been through something and had to walk this process of life out and had to tell, like HERversations, you have to tell your story, but how it helps someone else. Because none of us are exempt and all of us may have a unique story, but there's someone that can relate to something similar that you conquered, that you came out of, that you came through, right? And so this is the point where you start to debate yourself. You have to dispute your own doubt. Plain and simple. You're going to have to quiet your own crazy thoughts about yourself. And it was another point that I wanted to drive home. Don't worry, I got my notes right here. Sorry. I should have put them up here on my lap. But I was trying to get that other thing. I hope that the YouTube went live. Anybody? Well, maybe this is recorded and be uploaded. All right. You cannot stay the same forever. It's just inevitable that it's like a waxing. Eyebrow or whatever you choose to bikini wax or whatever, when they rip that tape off, it only hurts for a second. Yeah, you be like, I'm clean now. My eyebrows or whatever it is that I waxed looks good now. But at first, it hurt. I liken it to that. You're going to have to make some changes. If where you are is not serving you anymore, it's going to hurt a little bit. Like I said, it's going to be hard. It's easier said than done. But you just have to make the decision that I have a glorious future. Look, there's two choices in life. You can either run from life or you can run to it. Run at it. Race to your future. I would say to you that for those that are just looking for their second chance of life, and I'm not describing your 20s or 30s. Some of us are well in our 40s or knocking on 60's door. You on the street of getting older, and who wants to start over new? Me. If where I am or what I've done or life just needs to be, I need fresh, I'll do it. And you have to have that type of mindset. What's that button from Staples? That was easy. No, that was needed. That was necessary. I'm ready for new, right? So take a breath and say, look, I'm ready for my now. That was then. Yeah, I made mistakes. The pains of life came. I may have wallowed in it a little bit. I threw the pity party. I even blamed other people for it. But that was then, and this is now. And what am I going to do with my now moment? Right? So, in closing, because I'm sorry I never got the YouTube to work. And if I need to go back in and redo, I will. Y'all will listen to me again, right? Okay. I'm rooting for you. I know all too well that you had plans. You had goals. You had this thing mapped out, right? Many other plans of a man, Todd. That's what Jeremiah said. Jeremiah, one of the prophets. I can't even recall. But only the Lord's plan will prevail for your life. And when he reserves the right to just move some stuff around and shake some things up, you might not like it. You may not even understand it. But you're going to learn from it. Let me tell you where the growth come in at. The growth comes in with the change, right? We can say that. Change brings growth. And if you want to grow beyond and grow past where you last either dropped the ball or where you last mishandled yourself, you'll find change. You'll have some self-development and growth, self-growth the moment that you change. And even it starts with something simple. I know when I needed a internal change, I always do something small with an outer change. I'll cut my hair, or I'll switch it up. I'll try to do something different. That's when I know I need a change, because I started to change my outer appearance. And people are like, oh, you changed your hair? Well, because I needed to change some stuff on the inside. I needed to change some stuff in my heart. I needed to change some stuff around me, because you have to control your environment around you. That's very important, and that's vital too when you're making moves for you, when you're making your now moves. So, all right, look, I had this beautiful box, right? So I was gonna, before while everybody was joining and sharing, I was gonna tell you to drop a comment in the this comment section of one thing that you love about A Woman's Voice Matters, and then I was gonna choose the one that I liked, and of course you'll get everything in the box. So the box says, find the joy in simplicity. That almost tied me up, but yeah. So we can still do that. What is one thing that you love about A Woman's Voice Matters? I know it's a lot. I know you got a few things that you love about Lady Lakia Wright and the Dream Team. But just comment on one thing, and then you'll get the box. So it's filled with a whole bunch of Dollar Tree goodies. Don't play. You listen. Because wait, I'm not ready to go back to TJ Maxx and Ross and all that other stuff. I can send somebody to the Dollar Tree for me and just grab a whole bunch of don't sleep in a Dollar Tree. First of all, mirrors, candles, and different things like that. You can do a whole bunch of DIY stuff at the Dollar Tree. And I'm still trying to get this thing started, but as I said in closing, I'm rooting for you. I know that you're gonna seize your now moment, right? You're gonna embrace new, different, and change. Growth with open arms, right? And you're not gonna stay behind. You're not gonna let yesterday suck you back in, pull you back in, because that was then. That's over. That you outgrew that. You outlasted that. Bishop said that the other day. I was like, oh, he all in my notes. You outlasted that last test. So now it's time for you to, what now? You can ask yourself that question and answer it. Have your plan of action. What now? Let's see if it'll work. I didn't see anybody dropping any. Nobody likes anything about A Woman's Voice? Oh, no, love anything about. I said love. Say something that you love about. One thing you love about A Woman's Voice. You don't want my Dollar Tree stuff? Is that what it is? All right, I'll put something else in the box then. Were there any questions? Next week. Listen, put your notifications on now. Set your reminder now. Next week is none other than the illustrious wordsmith herself, Diane Smith. She is coming next Monday. And if you ever heard Dee spoke, if you got a letter from her, a handwritten note, you know that Dee will slay you with her words. So plan to join next week. What's your zodiac sign? Josh is Jesus, kingdom, heaven. I'm born again. I don't have that. That's your question? That's what you love about A Woman's Voice, Josh? Maybe if I move this around some. All right, ladies, if there's nothing else, then I thank you for joining. I hope it was something that you heard that kind of pricked you. And if so, join us next week. All right. Have a good night. And I'll see you later. Be safe. Stay safe. This page is on. Thank you, MD. What you love about A Woman's Voice Matters, Marcy? You can have the box. Let me just... I just want to make sure that I covered everything that I wanted to. I think I did.